Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I'll be doing another wrestling review. Today I'll be doing my review on WWE's Backlash France that just happened earlier this morning for me. And yeah, overall it was a pretty good it was a pretty good PLE for me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the most part. Even on the I'll call it the worst match. On the worst match, I still enjoyed the match. For the moments that it had. Um, and yeah, it was a pretty good post WrestleMania pay per view. And yeah, I don't have any other thoughts, so let's go ahead and go through each match. And yeah, but let's get to the video. Um, it first started off really hot. It started off really hot with the tag team match with the Bloodline versus Randy and Kevin. Now, after they made the entrances, they instantly brawled. It was on site. It was on site. They brawled. It was chaotic. And then Nick Aldis, the SmackDown general manager, came out and said, since y'all don't want to play by rules, all right, let's make this no DQ, no count out. Anything goes. And I was so happy when he did that because the way that they've been brawling, yeah, it needed to be no DQ. And once the match was official, the match was insane. It was such a good match, and and it was such a good way to start. Backlash, like it was crazy, insane. So many crazy spots. Solo getting RKO'd onto the table. So many table spots. Randy gets them all dropped onto one of the tables. Um, Tomatonga getting splashed through the table by Kevin Owens, and then also Solo getting thrown into a table at the corner. It was so much going on. Um, Kevin Owens putting Tom Tonga through multiple chairs. And yeah, it was just insane, but also so much fun to watch. It was so entertaining, and the match ended by it looked like Kevin was gonna get the pinfall for him and Randy, when all of a sudden someone pulled out the ref, and I was thinking, who is this? And come to find out, it's Tama Tonga's brother, the other son of Haku, and I was like, oh, so it's another member of this new bloodline. It's definitely getting interesting. And then he took out Randy, and then he took out Kevin, and then Kevin got hit with the spinning solo through a chair, which looked nasty. And then he got hit with the Simone Spike, and then and then and then Solo and Tom Tonga got the win. And then and then you can see Paul Heyman was scared. Paul Heyman did not know what was going on, and he was scared when he's putting up the one. He has been scared since Solo took charge of the bloodline and took out Jimmy and brought in Tom Tonga and now Tom Tonga's brother. And yeah, again, it was just an insane, but also an awesome tag match. And yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do, like with the story of the bloodline on what's gonna happen. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next match, which was the triple threat match for the women's championship. Bailey defending her belt against Naomi and Tiffany. This was a pretty good match too. It was a pretty good match. They ended up getting a "This is awesome" chant along with the tag match um, with the Bloodline, Randy and Kevin. Both matches ended up getting this is awesome" chant. And for the truth, the match, I do agree. It was a pretty good match. It was a pretty good match. Those three women went all out in the match. The only thing is that the ending of the match just came out of nowhere. It just came out of nowhere. Before I go there, there was definitely some creative and crazy spots, like Tiffany doing the back flip spring elbow to Naomi onto the barricade, and then Naomi hitting a blockbuster off the barricade onto Bailey onto the floor, and then Tiffany slamming Naomi and then Bailey back first onto the announce table with the Alabama Slam, and both their backs hitting like the edge of the announce table. Was like, ooh. And then the match ended by Tiffany getting taken out when Naomi and Bailey hit like a 3D basically hit the 3D, which was a move by the Dudley Boys. And that took Tiffany out, and then Bailey and Naomi went back and forth, and then out of nowhere Bailey pinned Naomi with like a roll up, and yeah, Bailey retained. That ending came out of nowhere. It completely surprised me. I was like, oh wait, I was like, oh wait, it ended. I was like, oh okay. But yeah, and then Naomi, showing good sportsmanship, like hugging Bailey and giving her some love, and we love that. And yeah, I'm intrigued on what's gonna happen next for Bailey. Like, who's she gonna end up having a feud next? Most likely Nia. It's most likely gonna be Nia. I can see it being Nia. Um, and then yeah, the next match was the World Heavyweight Championship match. Damian Priest defending his belt against Jey Uso. This match was also good as well. I also enjoyed the match. Um, but it definitely started to get more interesting. Um, um, even though I did enjoy the match, it's definitely got more interesting with when JD McDonough got involved, and then Damien hit Jay with a spear, but then Jay kicked out, and then he saw that JD McDonough was out on ringside, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" He like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "I told you I don't need your help." He was like, "Why are you getting involved?" And then JD McDonough trying to please, because I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to help you, and David's like, "I don't need your help." So as they're going back and forth, um, Jay ends up super kicking JD McDonough and took him out. And then I don't remember, he had a super kick or speared Damien. And then after that, he hit him with the splash from the top, and for a split second, I thought Jay was gonna win. For a split second, but then Damien kicked out, and then they continued on going back and forth, doing hard hitting moves onto each other, and then Finn came out and got involved to try and help Damien, but then he got taken out quickly, and then eventually Jay hit Damien with another spear. um I believe it was another spear. And then as he was trying to pin him, um JD McDonough grabbed Damian Priest's foot and put it on the bottom rope. So then Jay took JD McDonough out again with a suicide dive, and then he took Finn out with a spear, and then he was planning on doing like possibly another splash onto Damien, but then Damien stopped it and then hit him with a second South African choke slam. This time from the turnbuckle, because he already hit one earlier in the match, but Jay kicked out. But for the second one, he couldn't. But for the second one, he didn't kick out. So yeah, after the second choke slam, Damien got the 1, 2, 3, and he retained the belt. And after that happened, JD McDonough and Finn Balor started beating up on Jay, and then Damien just manhandled both of them and pushed them around. It was like it's like that's not necessary. It's like he's done. It's like, why y'all doing this? You can tell that Damien is over, and they're definitely planting seeds of like Damien leaving, Judgment Day, or like them turning on him. Yeah, you can tell that he's over Judgment. You can tell that he's over it. Like, no, he had Finn like this. He looked like he was about to ready to be like 100 choke that hole on Finn, and he was just manhandling and tossing around JD McDonough. But then eventually, like, the three of them like did like an awkward celebration for Damien, in the ring, but But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next match, which is the Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Kabuki Warriors defending the belts against Bianca and Jade. This one was the match I mentioned earlier of being the worst match in my opinion. It wasn't like unbearable. Like it was still an okay match. It had its good moments, but it was messy. It was it was a messy match. You could tell there was a lot of miscommunications, especially involving the ref, because there was this confusing moment of when the ref was like, Kyrie, you're not legal. But then she was still in the ring, and then Oscar ended up tagging herself in. So I think that part was on the ref's part. Like there was a miscommunication with the ref. The ref, I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on with the ref in that match. I don't know. But yeah, there was a lot of. It was definitely clunky. Some stuff looked sloppy. It definitely looked again messy. But like I said, it did have its good moments. I loved the double team moves by Bianca and Jade. Especially when Kyrie got hit with the DDT and then a German suplex. That looked nasty. And then I loved the ending sequence. That ending sequence was so good. It like Kyrie tried to hit a move onto Jade, but then Jade kind of had it in a power bomb, and it switched it to an electric chair position, and then switched it to her finisher, which is basically which is Beth Phoenix's glam slam. I forgot the name of Jade's finisher, but that whole sequence was insane. Like you had to see it. Like it was one of those moments where you had to see it because that was amazing. I was in awe about it. I'm not gonna lie. I was in awe. I was like, oh, okay. And then Bianca hit Oscar with the KOD onto Kyrie, and then pinned Kyrie to get the 1, 2, 3. And yeah, Bianca and Jade are the new tag champions. Now I'm kind of like, okay, who was gonna beat them for the belts and how? I would love to know. Whenever that day does come, and they lose the tag belts, I would love to know what team and how. But yeah, like I said, it was a messy match, but it was still, but it was still okay. It still had its good moments. Like it's not unbearable. There are definitely worse matches. There definitely has been worse matches in WWE. So yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to the main event, which was Cody versus AJ Styles for Cody's WWE Championship. This was a good match too. This was a good main event. I definitely did enjoy the main event. Like it was a good back and forth, and and yeah there was definitely some big spots and some crazy moments like Cody powerbombing AJ through the French announce table, and then the top rope Cody cutter, which resulted to Cody hitting the crossroads and to get the 1, 2, 3, and yeah, Cody retained. Um, Even though it was a good match, nothing really like oh my god happened. There was no holy shit moments. Well, that many oh my god moments, but it was still a good match. Like not all matches need to have like an oh my god moment for it to be good. But but yeah, but like I said again, it was a good match and I enjoyed it. And yeah, Cody retained, and I'm intrigued on who Cody's gonna go after. Who's gonna go after Cody next for the championship. Now it was also shown the tournaments for the King and Queen of the Ring for the upcoming PLE happening later this month for those tournaments. Um, well, it'll be the finalists of the two tournaments. Um, but yeah, the men's one, all those matches look like they're gonna be so good, so good. Triple H, you ate with these matches for the King of the Ring tournament. I cannot wait to see them on Raw, cause ooh, I know they're gonna be so good, especially Gunther and Sheamus. I'm excited to see Gunther Sheamus again. I'm excited to see all the matches, and I'm definitely intrigued to see the women's matches too. Like I'm definitely intrigued. But yeah, I don't have any thoughts. So yeah, that'll be the end of this video. Comment down below on your thoughts of WWE's Backlash France. Did you enjoy it or did you not enjoy it? Which one was your favorite match? Tell me why down below in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye.